beings come together and share hearts and consciousness. And in that moment, you know, souls get to find what they need. Very powerful.
That's a
So
good summary.
very glad of your Michael, for the invitation you've given to your friend, and very glad for your presence.
It's an honor to be here.
Very glad. Yes, very glad.
Yeah, we're very glad to meet you.
Wanted to make a I wanted to ask you, and I'm sorry, I'm not hearing your name very clearly. So
Surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah.
It sounds like surrender, but yeah. I wanted to ask you, meditation. Too often I feel like people think, we have to just sit here and do like or something like that. But I feel like meditation can be a conversation. Meditation can be when you're connecting with someone on a soul level. I feel like that is meditation. Like not just, we're talking here. This is important. We're not just chit-chatting in a way. We're talking and connecting. And I feel like that in itself can be meditation, because you can get such downloads just in interacting with people. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on that.
Yes, and in my culture, this is called meditation, what we're doing now. This is meditation. When we're talking about something spiritual, about a higher divinity, we've all been connecting to a higher source. We've been receiving these downloads. Soma has done a wonderful meditation. Dennis has done one. This is what I was searching for, and this is what's happened. And so, yes, this is my meditation today.
Beautiful.
This is our meditation. This is meditation.
Yeah, there is a matching of frequencies going on. It's my impression that we are doing it, because I do feel like these meetings that we have, they are felt in my body. I have the sensation I do not have otherwise. So for me, it's a very potent thing, and I'm thankful for it.
Funny, I felt that when you said that.
The non-locality of it.
Yes, and my chakras had a just emanation of opening with it. It's like, woo.
We're synchronizing. It feels like also in our hearts, and when we do that, we synchronize our powers, I guess, our innate powers, and we get very strong together. I think we will. It feels like we're connected. Yeah.
Sorry, Marion. I think our energies are blending and building, and I think the connection is, the unity is getting stronger. The bonding, the relationship between us.
Yeah.
Between all of us.
The ring of fire. Yeah.
I like this. I like what Soma said when she said that we've all been brought together for a reason. That all of us are connected in some way or other. And it's been proven by working with Mark, Miriam, Dennis, Soma. You've all had some bonus as well. We've all got something in common.
Yeah.
Which is spirituality, which is
and the Pleiadians.
This church.
And ultimately, it's God, right?
Yeah.
Because we're all connected, right? Ultimately.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
that's the beauty. I think that, you know, I can't wait. I love the fact that we're already connecting, and I know that it's just going to happen more and more and more as the energy keeps coming higher and higher in this world, that we're going to continue connecting with each other. And hopefully, you know, this is these sensations that I'm like feeling right now as we're talking about this, that, you know, this will be something that'll just be common. You know, we will just interact with people and feel this all the time. I think that would be so cool.
Yes, I think we are because we're multidimensional beings. We're more than just Pleiadians. We're lions. We're lions. I'm a lion. I'm a Pleiadian. I'm a Catholic. I'm a Protestant. I'm this. Or I could be an evangelist. Or I could be a Sikh. I could be a Buddhist. Because we've lived these many lives. We've experienced all these different lives that makes us who we are now. So I lived a life in Egypt, so I was an Egyptian. I lived a life in Turkey, I was Turkish, and I lived a life in America, I was a Native American Indian.
Well, Surrender, I don't love you any less because of your handicap of being a Catholic.
Well, that would be for me too, because I was raised Catholic as well.
Yeah.
And I know I had probably some prior lives as some priest or something like that in the past. I'm sure.
I was
a Catholic priest.
I was a Catholic priest.
Oh wow! Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I was a Catholic priest.
You know, my brother was, and he got married about 5 years ago.
Well, good for him. That's very good. That is.
Yeah, and then he was treated like a child molester by the church. That's how you know, that's how sad it was. They gave him the same letter that they would give to a child molester.
No.
To just, you know, to basically separate him from the church and say he couldn't participate in anything in the church anymore.
I think in a past life I used to do confessions. People used to come to me and confess their sins. And strangely, we're still doing it now.
Well, because it's just changed. The methods have changed, but the spiritual aspect of it has not, right?
Yeah.
And Dennis also used to be a priest in this lifetime.
I trained as one, yes.
Fantastic.
You know, it's good training. And then you have to break that training and you have to change things up and get rid of the shame and the guilt. But once you get rid of that, then you see the beautiful side of it. You know, then you just open yourself up to the beautiful aspect of it and just get rid of all the ceremony aspect of it, and just it's beautiful.
Yeah, I of course what I said, you know, joking or half joking, but like the church and Catholic church and Christian churches also, goodness, there has been so much control, and clearly they have good people in them and they offer good, but personally I think they have been, you know, led away from some of the strongest truths to help people to come to understand their own dignity and divinity and lead them to ascension. You know, I think it's not that they do it ineffectively. I think so much of their action and teaching gets in the way of that. So, you know, personally with my own journey, I don't make a big deal out of it, but I don't consider myself a Christian. You know, I consider myself spiritual. I consider myself mystic. I consider myself connected with cosmos and Jesus' brother, and I am one with source. But in all these things, personally, and it's a personal view, I don't find Christian helps me, you know. But I understand that Jesus as a master and a son of God, but no less son of God than you are, or Soma is daughter. And I understand something of it, him as a.
Say that again, darling.
I'm just saying I understand
No, the last
that
bit I missed.
Jesus.
Something,
Oh,
Jesus's daughter?
that's you, you know. So we are in male bodies, so it's easy for us to consider ourselves as being sons. And there you are in female woman bodies, so it's easier perhaps for you to consider yourself as daughter. And I understand that he had a mission, which was part of the divine clock and the history of this planet, to bring in some, to herald or act as a key to open a lock, to create a portal for new consciousness, a new awareness, and to bring the Christ presence, the anointed presence. And that is something that we all inherit and we step into, so that Christ presence is something which we can all value and we participate in. And to do that, one does not have to be Christian. It's a personal choice. I just see, when if I'm admitting to being Christian, there's so much that I find unhelpful and I disagree with. Personally, I just leave it aside, and I can bless all the people who are there and with their good hearts look for a path and a way. But I find there is nothing, it doesn't help me expand my path to truth in any way. And so I follow my own path, and I have my own direct connection with Source and with Jesus and with the Christos Spirit. So that's just, that makes sense, I think.
I feel that semantics gets in the way a lot of times. And so we have to sometimes define our own terms. And so I've had people define Christianity as completely different, like not related to the Christian religions, so, and there's all this, this, we go through all these gyrations to try to define what you just said, as Christianity or not, right? And so I think, again, I think we all have to understand that language was created to separate us and to help us have this experience of separation, right? That's why also, even within the world, we have multiple languages so that we can feel like a stranger even within Earth. I mean, I can go to if I go somewhere where people don't speak English, I'll feel like, I'm in the middle of I don't know what to do. So I think, we are going to develop, ESP. I see this in the younger kids where they can actually communicate with each other, sometimes without speaking, just with a look. It happened to my daughter, actually, with her friends. She was like at the mall, and she's like, yeah, we were just able to look at each other and we knew what we were thinking. And, it only happened like once or twice, but like in that, I see the promise and the beautifulness of this younger generation, where they're going to just naturally develop all of these skills. And we'll get there. We're just gonna have to train ourselves and open ourselves up. But we're also, our energy levels are raising higher too. So we'll get there too. But they're gonna be, they're gonna lead the way, I think.
Yeah, the next generation of starseeds are just they're blowing my mind.
It's awesome. It gives me so much hope.
Send it up. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Do you have, Soma, do you have children around where you are? Like
Yes.
from other kids? I mean, from like family members? Do you see that in them? Do you see that, like that spirit in them? And I know sometimes it depends how they're raised, but.
I do see it in the youngest boy. Dennis knows who I mean, but I do see that, yeah. Maybe not so, it might be more subtle with him, but I do see it. Yeah. And also in Dara's boy, I see it as well. I think it's okay to say the names because no one else except Dennis knows who I'm talking about. Because it is recorded.
But anyway, yeah.
But Dara's boy. And yes, Michael, that would be lovely. Sorry, I'm just reading the thing here. I'm very scattered this evening, so I'm sorry if I'm kind of jumping in and saying stuff randomly. I'm sorry, Mark. What?
No, you're good. Perfect.
So yeah, which brings me around because we're still recording, and I kind of feel like I need to stop recording so we can really talk and let loose. But one thing I wanted to go around the group with is the because last week they were talking about it, or I was talking about it, or one or the other. But it came to be that about each of us sharing one or two or maybe three things, however many we want, about tools or techniques that we use to against the negative attacks or for protection or something that because I think that would really help people that are listening at a future date. So I don't know who wants to start.
I kind of go, whoa. We've been going 2.5 hours. Life is not going to end this evening or tomorrow. Mark is still going to be alive next week. So will the rest of the group.
Have we been here for that long?
It's been a long
Yes.
time, yes.
All right.
It has, but I would still like to go around the group and maybe if you just guys want to share one thing.
I'll share something. I'll start because I can do this very quickly. And I'll just say that just being in continuous gratitude for everything, being understanding, having personal responsibility, knowing that you are responsible for everything in your life, and then having gratitude all the time for everything that comes in your life, that in itself will keep you in a state of grace and I believe protect you inherently. That's my thought.
Thank you, Mark. And I know it's getting late and we're all tired, but I just wanted to go around the group and then very quickly, and then I'll press stop on record and then we can just chat. And I'm hoping Dennis will stay for that as well. So who wants to go next?
Thank you, Mark.
I can do actually one quick thing that I'm working with every day that I have learned, that I've been shown through my guidance. I'm actually being guided whole body, like my team is showing me through my body what to do. They steer my body basically. So one thing that has become very important to me this last time is I actually talked to Pontus about this, and he has read about this. I have never read about this. I didn't know that it was like something that has been known for some time in different cultures, that we have like points around our head. For me, it's about maybe 25 centimeters. You have to translate it to your inches or whatever, I don't know, around my head, in all directions. There are these points, like one above the head, one below, and to both sides, and to the front and to the back. And these, I get like manipulation in these points several times a day. That affects my mood a lot. And I work with just like from my third eye, focusing on these points, like I'm pressing out light. I can see also where there is manipulation. I sometimes see different stuff. I can see like dark threads coming through, or I can see also like this technology, like
Yes, I have.
sort of, yeah. So I can remove this with my focus, basically, from my third eye. So my head gets steered to these points, and also like a ring around my head for protection, and yeah, different stuff. But this is, I think this is something I guess we all could try if we feel like our mood is being affected in a negative way, and it doesn't feel like it's our mood. It's something else. Yeah.
Thank you.
I posted the link to a video where that shows you how you can help restore the pineal gland antennas. This is a technique derived from the Mayans.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pontus. It's very interesting that me and Pontus met, because I have this experience with this type of things for several years, but I haven't read much about them, and he has like read like loads of this stuff that I have experienced, and we can like, oh, it becomes more real, I guess.
Yeah, when I heard you describe the antennas in the car without using those words, I almost drove off the road. I was like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I would have too if I was driving. Probably. Yeah, it was a wow moment.
Yeah, you described it literally. You described with your hand. You showed with your hands where the rods are penetrating the head, and all of these directions that you were showing me were the exact same ones that he is talking about in the video that he got from the Mayans. So yeah, it lined up.
Yeah. And I guess Michael and Serinda are familiar. I saw you nodding your heads.
Yes, me and Michael, we move rods all the time, every day.
Yeah.
This is like basic stuff that we do. Yes.
Yeah, you see these around the head, like these points.
Yeah, we just pull them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just normal.
But that sounds like
us.
implants that are looking like rods.
Yeah,
no?
yeah, we are implants. We are implants.
That's good to know because we need to discern between the implants that looks like rods and our natural point of our pineal gland antennas. They are supposed to be there, and they are supposed to be bright and shining and penetrate your head. It's just that the average modern person really usually they are really shriveled up, and are not like that. And even the Mayans discovered that that there was a need to keep these healthy, so they were doing this on each other. And the techniques that he is showing in the video is just slightly modified so that you can work on yourself alone.
Will
I'm
be
so
interesting
sorry,
to
guys.
watch.
I keep interrupting tonight. Please forgive me. But did we who
No,
didn't
no.
who didn't share about a positive affirmational tool to use to negate negative attacks?
It's Mark and Marion who've shared.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like me and Michael would like to share something.
okay, and did Pontus share? Did you share, Pontus? Because I know you were talking.
Not yet.
Okay.
No.
Pay
Okay.
attention, woman.
I'm sorry. Forgive me.
It's okay. I'm only joking. Chill.
Thank you, Mr. Mulcahy. Okay, so who would like to go
Yes.
next? So there's still Pontus and Michael and Surinder.
Yes, we like.
So who would like to go next? Pontus, do you want to go next, or I think Surinder has his hand up.
I don't have anything. I don't have anything specific except just like just surrendering, just the way I found the way meditation came into my life. Just not try, and that kind of centers me immediately. But it seems like how do you say your name? Surrender. That you have something perhaps more specific to share. So what I'm curious about that.
Well, what we have a practice of doing is burning sage, and we use like a cell and a feather. And what Michael and me do is at the beginning of a session, we'll burn sage in all the corners of the room where negative energy could be trapped. So we cleanse the room, and our client comes in, we do the healing. After they've gone, we then again cleanse the room by using sage. And entities hate sage. They cannot stand it. They run away when they smell sage. But it's got to be Californian sage, I feel. It's a lot more potent.
I've heard that sage clears all energies, all
energies, yeah.
Even things you might want there, but so that can be good to know, or it's like a clean.
It only gets rid of negative beings. So if I've got a Native American Indian who's going to be helping me with the sage, and we've got angels who are with us, and they love sage. So it's only negative entities, negative thought patterns that will clear sage. Nothing good will go. Only something negative will leave. And we also smudge a person with sage as well. We cleanse their aura with sage.
Have you ever tried Santa Paolo?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Does that work? Do you think that works as well? Some people think it works better. Just curious.
I haven't used it enough to make a say anything.
Okay, thank you.
So Dennis, did you share a technique?
I'd be a bit strange. Rather, and maybe this sounds a bit aspirational, but like once upon a time, I lived by faith. Not a surprise, because there I was, a holy Catholic, and later on I was trained to be a priest. And now I do not live by faith. kind of useless to me. It's interesting. It's just an idea or belief. It is experience. So I live in presence. I'm connected to my I amness, and that is how. That is my beingness, and I just say that because our practices that we were doing and this evening connect us with that, and to understand that, like I have a huge problem with this higher self thing, and true, we do have higher self and selves. That's true, but it again, this term hides the truth that it within us and about us, in our innately and by essence, we are spirit, we are divine, we are God fractal, and this beingness we have, we own that. It is not something which is foreign or owned by greater entity or reality. And we as spirit, we're individual. We've come here. We're exercising free will, and we have this experience here, and we can have awareness which is connected to the divine and the all that is, and that awareness is something which is separate from mind. And just how as spiritual beings we can do this thing that most of the world does not realize. We can operate out of mind, and we can operate from heart, with awareness, with perception, and there is the ascension path. It is that journey where we are being authentic, and we are spiritual beings. So it is being our true God self, whereas, and we are in a new age. So this is something that's possible. So I, by, divine plan and grace and nature, have this blessing and gift. And it is for all of us to be able to have that experience of being always plugged in and being the I am presence. I can still be a tool and a pain in the arse at times, very definitely, but it does not deny that connection and that invitation that is there for all of us to embrace more and more. So that's not quite a technique, but it is perhaps an attitude, or yeah.
Thank you, Dennis. And please forgive me, everyone. My sense of humor sometimes is not always understood. Okay, so has everyone, Michael, did you go as well? Did you share?
Well, I think Surinder was really looking for both of us.
Yeah.
Because we work together and we understand each other and the significance of what we're doing.
Okay. I normally say the Lord's Prayer, and some people don't like don't like that, but I like doing the Lord's Prayer. I never say amen anymore these days, but I do like the Lord's Prayer because I do find that really powerful. I can feel it, you know. So I think we've all shared a tool. I think Pontus kind of did as well, because he recommended some things, but even though he said he didn't have any techniques or tools. So I think I'd like to stop recording now, and for it just to be private with us guys. So is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see if I can find the